Welcome to the Institute of Engineering India. I think it is IET. யாருமே இல்லை அவரால் வெளியே ठंड से हो रही है कुछ, एसी से भी ठंडा हो रहा है।
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Brahma Reddy, sir. Good evening. Brahma Reddy, sir. Sir, good evening. Kevin, sir. Dr. Kevin, good evening. Good evening. Dr.
Good evening,
Brahmareddy,
sir.
sir. Good evening. Everyone, good evening to everyone.
Hello Raj, good evening, Selvaraj.
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Brahmareddy, sir. Good evening. Welcome, welcome.
Sir, good evening, sir. Selvaraj,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Very
See-
happy to see you in our
Yeah,
platform.
thank you. Seeing Rajmani, sir, after long
Yeah.
year or so.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we are gifted today to hear your talk. That's what.
All your grace of God and your blessings.
It is emerging technology. That's what. Dr. Kevin,
Yes, sir.
chairman has joined or not?
Please wait, sir. I'm trying.
Just I'll also call him.
How are you, Brahmareddy sir?
Sir, fine, sir, fine.
Okay.
Nice of you. Actually, we are very busy for day after tomorrow awards and 55th engineers day celebrations.
Actually, I am at Chennai now,
Oh.
so I am not involving the activities of Madurai Center for this centenary.
When you were there regularly, Madurai was having a lot of programs. Now Tiruchirappalli is leading in Tamil Nadu. I think every week they are conducting one or the other webinar.
சார் சொல்லுங்க. ஹலோ. எஸ் சார்.
ఇప్పుడు మనం ఫోటో పెట్టాలంటే ఎప్పుడన్నా దానికి ఫోటో పెట్టుకున్నారు. అది ఎక్కడి నుంచి క్లిక్ చేయాలి? మెయిల్ ఐడి యాడ్ చేయాలి. జాయినింగ్ అప్పుడు మెయిల్ ఐడి యాడ్ చేసుకుంటే మెయిల్లో ఆ మెయిల్ ఐడిలో ఉన్న తీసి వచ్చేస్తారు. కానీ అక్కడేమి ఇవ్వలేదు ఆప్షన్, పేరు ఒకటే ఇస్తారు. మూడు ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఫీజు వచ్చారు దాంట్లో ఐటీ కార్డు. గవర్నమెంట్
Sir, good evening to all.
Good evening,
Sir.
Kevin.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening to our speaker.
Start பண்ணலாம்.
Yes, sir. We'll start, sir. So, good evening to all the dignitaries present here. With the permission of our past Vice President Rajavani sir, we would like to start the program, and I also kindly request our Rajavani sir to preside over this function and to start this occasion by gracing with a few words, please.
Rajavani sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, sir. Please preside over, sir. Please.
Thank you very much for giving me these opportunities on this occasion of the Royal Charter Day celebration. Is my voice is audible to you, sir?
Yeah, audible.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Closer to the mic, I think.
Okay.
Somewhat less audible, but still mild voice. That's why. Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay, sir. So I am happy to be joined in this meeting, in which our past General our SDG, Mr. Brahma Reddy, as participating in this meeting on behalf of the Trichy local center arrangements. So there is a large number of participants, around 73 participants are here now. So we will start with this function as a very great event. You may be aware of this Royal Charter, which was given long before to us, and it was being unutilized. That is, my intention is, a power given to IEI is being unutilized so far. Nobody has raised the issue, and it has a constitutional power also. So this constitutional power given by the British government is not being fully implemented by IEI by utilizing the chance given to it. So I was raising this issue even in the council to realize our constitutional power given to by the British government to us and try to implement this. If the government does not approve this, you raise the issue in the constitutional court of the Supreme Court. Thereby, you will establish all the powers given to us, including that AIMI. Anyhow, the IEI has not taken so much active part in implementing this Royal Charter because it was being chaired by some of these presidents and who are not interested in the Royal Charter at all. That is the main reason behind this Royal Charter Day. However, we are bound to celebrate this function with the powers given to us Royal Charter. The Royal Charter power given to the High Courts are being implemented by the High Court, and nobody is questioning that. But since we have our powers is parallelly delegated to some of the government departments, the government departments are overtaking our powers, and we are hesitating to fight for our powers. That is the main reason behind this. So let us, at least now, we will realize the royal charter power given to us and rise up to the occasion. If any controversy occurs, let us go to the constitutional court of the Supreme Court and place it before it, because on number of high courts, even the Calcutta High Court has established that this power still exists. So nobody has, unless the Indian Parliament passed an order get backing this royal charter power, we will enjoy that power. So we have failed to implement this power so far. Let us fight for it and work for it. We, at least from the Engineers' Day celebrations, we will take an oath that we will follow the royal charter and establish our own power itself. Thank you for giving me these opportunities on this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for giving an introduction to the Royal Charter and also enlightening the audience present here. And thanks for your welcome speech, sir. Thank you very much. Our next agenda, Chief Guest Introduction. I call upon Engineer R. Selvaraj, FIE, past Chairman IEI TLC, to introduce our Chief Guest.
Happy good evening to everyone. Actually, I am very much happy. Engineer Brahma Reddy readily agreed my invitation to deliver today's lecture on the emerging topic 5G. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. We are very happy to be with you, sir, today, and we will enjoy your talk. The profile I briefly read upon the profile of Engineer Brahma Reddy, FIE. Steve B. Brahma Reddy graduated from the Institution of Engineers in ECE and postgraduate in microwave engineering. He holds a PG diploma in computer science from Central University, Hyderabad, and possesses professional qualifications CA, IIB, and MBA. He served the Indian Air Force for 15 years in radar systems. While in IAF, he is a part of the team of engineers to Radar Innovation Center of Electronic SPA, Rome, Italy. He contributed instrumental in serving foreign exchange to the tune of 200 crores by innovative design of X and KU band radar systems. He worked as MRI field engineer in Toshiba America Medical Transfer Incorporation, US about 3 years. He served as technical director in Digitals India at New Delhi for 2 years. He served in finance sector for 20 years, including as a senior executive level. He served the Institute of Engineers as Secretary and Director General at Kolkata. Presently, he is the chairman of IEI Telangana States and IEI Council member. Also served as a chairman of various committees. He is also a member of Governing Council of Indian Institute of Technical Arbitrators, and he is a member of Board Management Engineering Staff College of India, Hyderabad. Previously, he contributed services to the erstwhile IEI AP State Center at Hyderabad as Honorary Secretary and has joined Honorary Secretary for 4 years. Mr. Brahma Reddy has many life membership in the national and international professional bodies, Fellow of IIT Kolkata, Fellow of IIT New Delhi, Fellow of IIT Arbitrage Chennai, Fellow of IOB New Delhi, Member All India Management Association Delhi, Member IIBF Mumbai, Member IST New Delhi, International Life Member of IA in ENG Hong Kong, ISOOC Internet Society USA, MITH UK, and ITEA New York. His publications are his papers, articles on banking technology, satellite and radar communication systems are published in reputed publications. Professional achievements: he was granted Vikas Ratna Award by IEF Delhi for innovative design of X and KU band radar systems. IA fitted in Canberra aircraft. Countries visited are USA, Italy, Germany, Russia, France, Israel, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and worked in Sri Lanka. This is about Engineer Brahma Reddy. Such an eminent personality is with us today. We are very happy to hear a talk, sir. Now over to Dr. Kevin. for further proceedings, sir. Dr. Kevin?
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
My introduction, you can proceed.
Yeah, thanks for introducing our chief guest. Now I request our
Thank you,
chief
sir.
guest.
Are you able to?
Yes, sir, your voice is audible, sir.
Your voice is interrupted, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir. Brahma Reddy, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Salvaraj, sir, for your long introduction from me. Are you able to hear me properly?
Yeah, we are able to hear, sir. Thank you, sir. We are very much, indebted to you, sir. For we are very happy to be with you today.
No, thank you, sir. It's all your blessings
Yes,
and
sir.
God's blessings.
Now, sir, are you tested all your PPT, sir, or your rights are given to you, sir?
Yeah. I'm putting my PPT. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Slides are visible. You would make it a full mode, sir. Presentation.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now it's okay, sir. Now it's presentation mode.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Slides are
Thank
moving,
you, sir,
sir.
for giving me the Tiruchirappalli local center and its chairman and Dr. Kevin and our good friend and always my elder Salvaraj sir and our vice president, past vice president Rajamani sir. As I just before going to my what is 5G and what is the impact of this topic, I would like to also mention the Royal Charter. What Rajamani Saab said was 200% is correct, because the Royal Charter is having so much power, and that power has been taken away in between the people who have actually ruled the IEI, and I don't know whether they were not competent enough to enforce the constitutional power given through the Royal Charter. There are 1,000 Royal Charters all over the world, and India, such Royal Charter, only one is given power to the Institution of Engineers India, is the only one recognized, and that which we could not properly utilize, and running now court for AMI examination. And it's really pathetic today. I agree totally with Rajmani Saab. I hope the coming, so many young people are coming into the council now. I hope they will realize all these things, and at least in future we will correct the whatever the things has done to Royal Charter, and we could not utilize the Royal Charter over. After 102 years today, we have to feel that what is the Royal Charter. So it's a really pathetic and sorry figure for us, and that's what I just want to say a few words about Royal Charter today. And every year we are celebrating on 9th September Royal Charter Day. And I thank now Tiruchirappalli Local Center for extending their date 13th just because of my invited talk. Thank you, sir. And today's my topic is the impact of 5G on human life in 21st century. What is 5G? First of all, what is 5G? All this time we have been talking about 4G, 1G, 3G, all this, but the 5G is totally different from what we were talking all the generations, because the 5G is not unlike the earlier network, a single network. Is a set of networks, or it is a group combined with the networks, technologies, and applications, and it has no definite definition, and it is not totally clear what is 5G. Whatever network you want, you can collect the network, and you can start the functioning of your whatever the purpose or the end use you require. That is what is going to be 5G technology. And this 5G technology, comparative to the 4G, 10 times faster than what it was. And it is just, you can say, it is like other networks. It also uses the cell system, and that separates the territories between hotspots like radio waves. It keeps using radio waves, and each cell is connected to the network spine either wirelessly or through landlines. And the concept of this coined 5G is coined by the International Telecommunication Union and also IEEE. And this is advancement of 3GPP, which advanced 5G implementation with IMT 2020 initiative. And it's actually it's a standard process was finalized in 2019, but actually it has come into force from the year 2020 for manufacturing of the 5G infrastructure or devices. And what is it? What it comprises of 4 components, and one is the spectrum, that is a frequency spectrum, and the core network, and the radio access network, which is popularly known as RAN, and an end user device. And like this, you see how the evaluation from this, the diagram, you can understand how the 1G has started in 1980s, and 2G in 1990s, and 3G in 2000s, and 4G 2010s, and today we are in 2020 onwards, we are in 5G, which is, if you compare this, you can see the initially when the 1G came, it has a big tail of antenna outside, protruding outside the instrument, and which has only can talk voice, that is analog voice, means you can speak one-to-one only. There is no other facilities or any functions you could do it. But with the 2G introduction in 1990 and the low-speed data voice and some text, we are able to send some small messages in the form of text. And as the development has done in the networks and the circuit and technology, and in the year 2020, the mobile broadband, so the speed is increased, high speed with the access to the internet. So that is the mobile where you could send a that is called multi-message system, and also in addition to the SMS. And with the introduction of 4G in the 2010, still further faster and better the 3G system, which is also internet protocol based network. And it was streaming and apps are being prepared in the 4G, and which we are able to use and enter the app and particular type of function, you could use the app, that is the 4G. Now with the 5G and the technology, and nothing is a group of networks under one umbrella connected for the various particular applications, and it is interconnected devices, sensors and systems. And what is its advantage is 10 times faster than 4G. You must have seen, if suppose in the now present 4G, if we download any picture or anything from this one, it takes actually 20 milliseconds minimum time. And earlier it would take 1 minute. Now it has in 4G it has come to 20 milliseconds. With the introduction of 5G, and it is only 1 millisecond. That means it is 10 times faster than the network what it was earlier. So that is the use of, as I was saying from the diagram, this is already covered. 4G was a digital streaming with data heavy applications. And now 5G is 100 times faster and 1000 times more capacity than all the previous generations if you compare with the 1G. And what are the features and benefits of the 5G technology? Actually, it operates in a millimeter wave spectrum, that is 30 hertz to 300 gigahertz. Benefit, what is the benefit? Send large amounts of data at very high speeds. Earlier, suppose if you are having 1 gigahertz of data, it can't download or you can't even send it. So we have to break it parts and then used to send even in the previous networks. But now with the 5G, it's possible large amount of data at very high speeds can be transmitted from one place to the other. And similarly, it also operates in 3 different bands, and low, medium, and high frequency bands, which the next slide we will be talking. And benefit number 3, what is the benefit? And because of the low, medium, and mid and high frequencies, reduced latency with supporting optical. Reduced latency means I was talking about the 20 milliseconds and 1 millisecond. That is the time lag, which is very, very less when you compare to the earlier generations. So the next benefit is leverage the power of 5G, IoT, and artificial intelligence. That means the capacity is increased on 5G networks much, which we are talking of 100 times, 1,000 times compared to the previous generations. And next benefit is it minimizes the impact of load spikes, especially during sporting events and new events. Like sports, it requires a lot of material data to be downloaded because it consists of different colors and pictures, all those things. So for the impact of that load spikes during the sport event is minimized because of this. That is the benefit. And if you see, I was speaking about the spectrum frequency, that is low, mid, and high. Low is less than 1 gigahertz, and mid band is 1 gigahertz to 2.6 and 3.5 to 6 gigahertz. And high bands is 24 gigahertz to 40 gigahertz. That is now 24 gigahertz to 40 gigahertz. This can operate in on all the three bands. And now what are the highlights of the 5G technology? You see there are four highlighted on that. One is speed and throughput and latency and reliability and service development and energy efficiency and mobility and connected devices. If we take speed and throughput, I've been saying what is the data rate. At 1 second, it can download 10 gigabytes. And the mobile data volume is 10 terabytes. That means 10 to the power of 12 bytes per second it can take. And latency as low as 5 millisecond. Now it is 1 millisecond with the latest infrastructure of the 5G technology. And the reliability is 99.99% is its reliability. And the service deployment, it takes only a time is 90 minutes. And unlike earlier 4G time, you have to wait for 24 hours for its service to be deployed. But that is only 90 minutes. That means almost it is instantly under 5G technology. If you are having a wireless set mobile, you can have the service. And similarly, it's energy efficiency. The efficiency also much, it doesn't consume that much energy as 4G is consumed. Earlier networks were consumed. And now, actually, why it is that the initially in the first slide itself, I said the 5G doesn't have any clear definition because it depends upon the application. It changes its networks. That means what application you are going to use for that, you need a different antenna, not unlike other. The earlier 4G, it has got one single antenna, and that is to give 360-degree EMF, that electromagnetic force. But whereas in this one, it needs a different antenna. You can see on a building installment, where the 4G is the left-hand side and right-hand side is 5G antenna, and where the antenna is, you can see how the waves are being propagated. In under 4G, it is 60-degree, whereas in 5G, of course, disadvantage of 5G is you need large number of antennas, one-to-one. Suppose you are having a mobile, your mobile will be connected directly to to your tower, only one-to-one. Not like earlier, it was in a mix of it. That means one antenna has 100 mobiles, but here each one mobile has got one element in the antenna. That's the difference. And the beam, actually it is known as massive MIMO, multi-input, multi-output array antenna that is being used here. You can see the box type, which is the antenna array, and from that the lobe is shown in the blue and green and purple colors, because that is how the lobe emanates from the antenna array system in case of 5G. and that is what the beam forming, and simultaneously it is superimposed with the real installation. And you can see the earlier antenna types. We have seen a big stubby type, which is outside protruding, and embedded type, and then stationary type, and flat type, and also Yagi antenna. Usually for the first antenna which was detected is Yagi antenna, which was used for the TVs and other this thing. Now with latest 5G technology, we are using a microstrip fractal antennas inside, which are very, very miniature in size. And you can see in 4G, this is the type. Omni means 360-degree, indoor and outdoor antenna. The antenna, what is small one, which is inside your the cell phone, looks like this. And that features is also you can see is very compact, lightweight, and it was designed for the 4G networks. And similarly, what are the frequencies for 2G, 3G, 4G, and long-term evaluation, wideband, all those things. And what were their feature is high gain and low VSWR ratio, and small in size, beautiful appearance, and lightweight. You must have seen the earlier Samsung phone, which you used to fold it, and the antenna also folded inside. And that is how the earlier one. Now you can't see any antenna outside protruding any of the 5G instrument when you compare with the mobile system. And what are the new developments? And 5G is greatly increases actually bandwidth, capacity, and transmission. That is what we are saying, very faster, because it has the wider bandwidth. That's the reason, and its capacity is. And for example, take the health services. In the 5G allows telemedicine services to enhance the doctor and patient relation by decreasing the troublesome lag times calls. Like earlier, you are saying the doctor is directly connected to the patient, the line breaks or it keeps taking time to, but whereas it is instantly, you can doctor-patient relationship with very total trouble-free lag time calls. And that, in fact, the Verizon and AT&T company, they have recorded speeds of 1 gigabytes per second with 5G technology. And currently, when you click on a link or start streaming a video, and the lag time between our request to the network and its delivery to our device is about 20 milliseconds. But with the latency of 5G and as low as lag time, it can be 1 millisecond. That's what I was saying. And though it is still in India, it is to be launched, that part will be taken in the later stage. And that's what this is, enhanced mobile broadband for virtual recording and improve video conferencing with extreme network speed and processing capacity. And it is highly reliable and low latency in processing a very large volume of data, which we are talking. And massive machine-to-machine communication also will be enabling the Internet of Things. And of course, the Internet, the present Internet, which may not be able to really take care of once the 5G is launched, it has to improve its efficiency also to meet the speed of the 5G networks. And what are the applications? As we said earlier, is AL services, energy infrastructure, and it is also having farming, smart cities, and other applications, banking, automotive, communication, that is our transportation, smart retail, and manufacturing. And if you see, it's the robust in security aspects leading to high reliability. We are living in the age of digitalization and constantly moving that in direction, adopting pioneering technology to ensure more effective and prolific way of life. Sorry, sir, 1 minute. You can see in finance sector is going to be the one of the largest user of the digital technology, and with the 5G implement the totally implementation in India from the year 2000 start of the year 2023, and I think in few years we expect in India also to be talking ATMs. That experience we are going to have with 5G. With the combine of AI and the advantage of having 5G technology in the banking is that the branches today, which are large in size and spending large crores of rupees by a bank for only for renting a premises and then carrying out the business. In future, the ATM takes care of everything by through the face reading and also iris and the biometric, and it gives all these services. And a bank branch needs only one or two back-end staff who are technically qualified for taking care of the mission, and mission takes care of the entire banking needs of either sanctioning of loan or this thing. And that is how it's going to be in future with the 5G technology, and also with the implementation of artificial intelligence along with that machine learning. And see the how now already we have seen a lot of Paytm and our UPI and all phone pay, all those which are known as financial technology companies. They are already totally disrupted most of the banking and financial services, and which the industry has already realized, and even the present traditional banks also is trying to convert into those technology-driven services. Otherwise, they can't survive with. But with this 5G technology, the entire outlook of the fintech itself is totally disturbed, and restructure of the digital, because that is what the government also is going for, a digital India. That means entire thing will be digital. Even rural place also, the 5G technology will be taking the banking in terms of digitalization, even in rural areas. So it also offers enable this financial technology company for a massive change in the banking and the finance field. And 5G internet connectivity to bring key advancements in the financial industry by this year end, as m-commerce growth, record m-commerce growth, like shopping via videos. That means you don't have to go a shop and select a TV or any product, and being at home, and you can shop through video, and that is also not far off. It is with the 5G, you can see from your hand itself, you can find out, and also virtual shopping is possible with the 5G. And it will have also impact of digital customer engagement, and it is have fast banking applications. Also fraud prevention, because when the total only ATM is handling at a branch, and the fraud also may not be totally eradicated, but and because of it's the face recognition and biometric and your iris recognition by the ATM, it won't the fraud will be totally minimized, and I don't think anybody can draw your money from the, like earlier. I'll tell you case now what is happening in the industry for the last 5-6 years. If you see, our debit card is in our pocket only, but somebody is drawing your money from the your savings bank account or current account, money from the Bombay or Delhi or some other place. How it was possible? So what these cheaters they do, the fraudsters, they put a small camera, button camera on the ATM inside the where we insert the card, and that takes a photo of the number of the card number and also a photo of when you give the PIN number. Then it collects both and they clone your debit card. Your card is inside, but they make another card cloning, and using that card and that PIN, and they have drawn crores of rupees. And even there was one major government bank in which also 70 crores rupees was drawn like this in this mode of operation. And such frauds will be totally stopped or eradicated by the use of the 5G technology. And now it is the role of mobile in society. Now everybody change, and I think 2 billion mobile is being used, and 5G alone is costed to be the $2.2 trillion to the world economy, and it is also having economic growth for the industry 4.0 with the projected economic value of $13.2 trillion by the year 2035. See, the mobile-oriented business restructuring is undergoing in banks and finance service firms by functioning meticulously with fintech providers for providing better services, retaining their current customers, and attracting newer potential ones. So as 5G is on the brink of being a next generation mobile network, especially in India, because it is already launched in Europe and they are already testing, and further they are testing on the further improvement of the network on 5G, and we are yet to. So similarly, it is necessary to analyze its total effect on the landscape of the financial technology sector. And you can see the pre-COVID and pre-COVID and post-COVID and post-COVID-19, the global 5G infrastructure market size is estimated to grow from the US dollar 12.6 billion in the year 2020 and projected to reach the US dollars 44.9 billion by 2025. And the projection for 2025 is estimated to be down by 22.7 by as compared to pre-COVID estimation. That means how much it is increased from the pre-COVID time and the post-COVID time. And this is how the impact of you can see on the market, 5G infrastructure market, and pre-COVID, and the blue color is pre-COVID 19, and the green color is the post-COVID-19 year-wise, starting from 2019, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. The growth rate, how the growth rate, you can see how it is growing in the yellow line. And that is how the impact of the 5G infrastructure. And India and 5G services. Actually, in the year 2018, India intended to start the 5G technology at the earliest possible, but for the reason because of the TROI and other Department of Telecommunication, and also the service providers who are the major players in India, they have, I think clearly they wanted before rolling out what is the future plan for 5G frequency bands and spectrum allocation, for which the government delayed by almost 3 years, and now as rolled out recently a month back, and Reliance Jio has bagged the rollout action. I think everybody knows which are coming people. And the major challenges, as I earlier also said, is a try, because it did not fix the what price it was, and that was the reason the spectrum auction was delayed in India. And in the countries like USA also, the 5G was not implemented till the year 2020-21, because the reason is most of the infrastructure or 5G infrastructure or network, whatever it is, manufactured is in China, and they suspected some security concerns for that, and hoping that there may be some intrusive hardware inside those network equipment, And the other reason, the Americans also have suspiciously, they did not start. And after the defense and vigilance department has cleared only the 2021, they have started the operations. And as I was saying, the penetration of 5G to rural areas also will take a little more time in India, but it is inevitable. Like today, in even every rural folk, their hand there is a smartphone. So similarly, it cannot, because it has to rely on traditional banks right now. But if you see, it will be only minority. In future, with the 5G connectivity and the better internet connectivity in the rural these things, and total, it will the banking itself is totally disrupted, and the services will be better, and it will be the reach to the rural will be enhanced by the impact by the implementation of the 5G technology and improvement of the along with the internet of it. And rural end is also increase the financial capacity and the digitalization of farming practices and markets. And its advantage also further is superior security checks, as I said before, the earlier cloning fraud, and now it is not possible because there is security, superior security checks, because unless it combines your biometric and face reading, it will not allow any transaction on the mission. So that will be, and also small branch and big game. As I was saying, there will not be any branch at all. There will be a small room of 100 square feet, which is required for today's, which is a big 3,000 square feet, and spending 3 to 4, 5 lakhs in a big city for rental value. And all those things will be saved by the banking industry, and it will be, and better service they can give at the lesser service charges to the customer, and customer will be benefited by this. And you can see that actually before COVID and all, COVID-19, it started actually manufacturing, but during COVID, the production facilities were shut down due to the 5G smartphones, because now I entered to the smartphone area. And the delay in release of the 5G specifications also resulted in a slowdown in the development of 5G ecosystem. Today only, I think around 36 countries are in fully utilizing, and another 30, 40 countries are like India have already rolled out the spectrum for starting the service shortly. And the next wave of the 5G growth, that will be usually what they say is it will be led by the youth, because in India, if you think today 66% of the population is youth, and this youth is always want a better equipment, like if you talk about mobile and 5G mobile, for them it will be they are going to decide and what will be the market size in future. And in the year 21 and 22, the majority market will be definitely driven and aggressive by the 5G, and as the also Chinese telecommunication operators. And today, in fact, actually the world is being led by the Chinese companies Huawei and ZTE, and because put together even Nokia, Ericsson, and Samsung, the Huawei alone is generating the equipment of the related to the 5G spectrum. So thereby the telecom operators who are preferring the domestic vendors instead of all outside Nokia and Ericsson, and majority of these contracts will be released by the Chinese telecom operators having tie-up with some local companies. And if you can see the next wave of 5G growth, which will be as per the prediction by one of the Chinese company, Realme, that 5G phones will be adapted and digitally developed regions only, but emerging markets are primed to make their mark and expecting 5G phones to demonstrate radical evolution from the past. Younger consumers are reluctant to compromise on functionality, design, or price. And emerging markets will be next big growth driver for 5G smartphone adoption. And the brands with broad youth-focused portfolio will thrive for the next wave of the 5G growth. And what are the vulnerabilities and impacts of insecure 5G network? Suppose if the network is insecure due to many reasons, the first one reason is, I can say, bribery by influencers, the violation of guidelines and corporate anti-corruption measures, and the equipment quality and data integrity, and also impact service reliability for hardware and critical infrastructure for natural disasters and users loss. That means if the service provider who is very influential and who can influence this one and to get equipment at lesser quality from the manufacturer, then that will impact this one. That is one reason, one vulnerability. And similarly, and when a bribery is there, its impact will be on the quality and data integrity. Similarly, privacy, data loss, and data. And if that is if 5G insecure, the privacy part will be always in danger. And similarly, data may be lost. And so what will be its impact if such vulnerability is there? Hacking possibilities, long-term risk mitigation, and significant cost for the governments and companies may increase, because if the government has to take care of privacy and data loss, government has to spend a lot of money to curtail these hacking possibilities. And similarly, another vulnerability is network surveillance, censorship, and shutdown. And the service providers can influence any data flow. If that is the then broaden the digital divide between the closed open space like the rural folk and the civil society, and illegal use of information and communication technology for rights abuses could be also compounded by the 5G. This is not only vulnerability, it is actually a disadvantage if the network is insecure. And similarly, security and critical network attack, that is another vulnerability. The cyber attacks on 5G dependent installations like power, water, those things, and no oversight by governments or providers, lack of transparency and lack of public awareness for which 5G can be misunderstood by the public. And of course, this is just I want to just show you how future of AIG and 5G, how they will driving cleaner economic growth. Because today, if you talk about 5G, there is also apprehension that because of 5G, the ecosystems are disturbed, or even human health can be, there can be risk. And like that, at the now you say to date, no adverse health impact is linked with exposure to wireless technology, but according to 180 scientists and doctors from 36 countries of European Union, there was a European Union 5G appeal. There, they felt a concern regarding the 5G technology, and this involved scientists have urged the European Union to adopt a Council of Europe resolution for calling for an independent task force to evaluate the impact of cell phone radiation on health. And they found that, and some doctors have scientists have given a data saying that because of the short wave length and range making, though it is not ionizing, it is still possible to pose a risk for to the environment as well as the human health. See, and most importantly, 5G will increase the amount of electromagnetic radiation in the atmosphere, leading to an increased risk for disease and a high risk of cancer. Because, and today we are using a suppose 4G smartphone like this, and this 4G smartphone is having 2 to 4 antennas only, because as you use the different applications, 5G for different antennas are required, as I earlier slide I discussed, and more number of antennas. That means minimum, I think 14 antennas minimum will be placed in a 5G if a 5G cell is being used. And that is the reason nowadays big this thing folded type 5G instruments are coming. And with that, there is a risk of radiation, and actually, is legally speaking, the radiation of electromagnetic wave from the cell phone of the 5G is actually crossed the legal limit of 1.6 watts per kilogram on 1 gram of our tissue, human tissue. But, and I think legally it is already above, over the legal limit of it. And the European Union, some concern is there, and that the resolution is passed, and some task force is being put to find out how this is associated with the 5G creating this type of this one. So that is one reason, that's what I'm saying, that tissue heating is the main mechanism, interaction between radio frequency fields and human body, and radio frequency exposure. And that is what how you, even if in earlier, we were using in the lot of electric and electronic appliances in our house. And they also emit some radiation, which is not harmful, because I think up to 620 decibels in a year, if a human body is exposed of the radiation, it is tolerable and it won't have any effect. But some are still in research, and they say there is no much recognized harm to the, as far as the health is concerned. But still there is as the frequency, which is now is less frequent, they're using, once it goes to 300 gigahertz and above, there is a danger it can penetrate in the human body tissue, and the absorption of energy can be confined to the surface of the body, like skin and eye, and irritation of skin. Even if you see earlier mobile, if you talk more than 1 minute and keep it over a year, and the ear, near the ear, you get the heat generated. That means it's not the heat, it is the radiation which is being emitted, which you feel through the electromagnetic wave as a heat. And similarly, and of course, the still a lot of experiments and research is going on, whether it can affect the human health or not. And now today, there are major 5 companies which are actually key market players for the 5G infrastructure networks. And UI is the largest telecom, which is manufacturing the radio access network, and is the second core network infrastructure produced in the world, and followed by Ericsson, which led the equipment market before 2016. The Ericsson was the leader in manufacturing the equipment of the 4G and other generation equipment, but now it is overtaken by the UI. And similarly, now Nokia, along with Ericsson, dominated 3G and 4G market in the previous years, and now Jetty and Huawei, they have taken our total market more than 75 to 80%. And China's Jetty is China's second largest telecom equipment manufacturer and global mobile device market. And similarly, the South Korean company by name Samsung, everybody knows, the only company besides Huawei to provide end-to-end 5G solution, including chipsets, base stations, and smartphones. And who controls the 5G spectrum in a country? And government agencies and government designated companies and entities and also to sign the contracts with international local carriers and providers. In some countries, independent carriers and providers. In other instances, some carriers, local providers and service platforms are owned, partially owned and heavily influenced by, like in a country like ruled by emperor and government. In Thailand, China, Middle East, Asia, and Africa, the carriers are solidified by the rule of the government and subvert the rights-based order. And with more personalized data, and what is the impact on social and democratic unity? With more personalized data and connected to devices, micro-targeting and dissemination of misinformation at scale can undermine people's trust in institutions and media ecosystem. In the year 2017, the officials and citizens used Facebook to spread the disinformation, to fuel hate and genocide against Rohingya Muslims in the Myanmar. And similarly, in the Brazil and Mexico and Colombia countries in the year 2018 election, politicians used artificial amplification to provoke fear and influence voters with false narratives, hyper-partition blogs, and deep fake altered video fueled social and political polarization. I'm surprised if with the 5G backed artificial intelligence, intelligence capabilities, deep fakes will be more realistic and also very easier to produce and complement into this. This is one another vulnerability as far as the social and democratic unity is concerned. And who are the countries actually influencing the global digital landscape? That is the China, Russia, the Gulf states, South Korea, UAE, European countries, and of course, Israel and India are important influence in global digital forums, but Israel's military is using facial recognition in the West Bank to engage in surveillance to monitor Israelis, Palestinians on social media. And India's border security also used and developed surveillance tools in the recent terrorism against terrorist action, and also they frequently restrict the internet access. So the trends in the use of this technology for surveillance also raise concerns over the implementation of the 5G technology services. And this is the sharing of current telecom infrastructure. What is the position of country-wise? We can see from the slide that 75 to 80% is US, China, and Japan are having 75 to 80%, and Korea is having a telecom tower fiber as to 65 to 70%, while India is 22%, because the Korea has launched in 2019 ending itself and started services and from 2020, and China also from 2020, and Japan and US started 2021, whereas India is rolled out this year. So the number of percentage of towers fiberized in India is much less compared to the other countries. And what is the status of 5G in India today? The Department of Telecommunication has confirmed that 13 cities in India will have the installation of 5G network, that is including cities like major metro, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, Chandigarh, Ahmedabad, Jamnagar, Hyderabad, Pune, Lucknow, and Gandhinagar. And as per the recent statement in our papers, our Honorable Telecom Minister Ashwani Vaishnav has announced that India has tested its first 5G audio video calls also, and the entire network has been designed, developed in India at IIT Madras, and also for banking it is tested by IDRBT at Hyderabad. Also end-to-end network is designed and developed. India will have services as per the statement from the March 2023. And this is how 5G smartphones, the penetration of total sales as far as the countries are concerned. And we stand, our India is the bottommost with the blue color, of course, as rolled out recently, and other country we can't compare with the companies which is leading like South Korea and China and other Japan and Asia Pacific countries. And you can see from this one, which are the leading 5G smartphone brands. If you see the Apple is the highest sales and shares, that is 35.3% in the world, and followed by Samsung and Oppo, Vivo, Xiaomi, Huawei, Honor, and Realme, and OnePlus, and others is only 4.6%. That means the entire market is ruled by the Chinese, because only 47% is Korea and Apple, which is from the other countries, but the other all that above 50% is being ruled by the Chinese. And I would like to come a conclusion and a way forward. The 5G industry digitalization business potential, and suggests operators could grow revenues between 12 to 36%, and a revenue of $204 to $619 billion to their current forecast service, and by increase by 1.7 trillion by the year 2016. A 13.6% annual growth against a current operator service revenue growth is targeted at 1.5%. The normal cost of implementation is held firm at about 20% of the transaction value if 5G services are implemented, and is a beneficial to the service provider or operator as well as to the customer also. So along with 5G technologies such as artificial intelligence, IoT, cloud computing, quantum computing, and blockchain technology are also expected to change the nature of services and the way finance services are offered today to us. The 5G technology can benefit and to minimize operational and administrative operations potentially to advantage. As I was saying earlier, the branches will be no more and only a small room will be there, and that is how the administrative and financial and operational costs will be reduced. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to the Tiruchirappalli Local Center and the chairman, the Dr. Kevin and Salara Saab, and our past Vice President Rajmani Saab. So anybody who wants anything, ask, sir.
I request the audience to put forth your queries, if any.
Sir, Brahmareddy sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I got one question.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
In your presentation, you told the 5G services coming into effect from 2023 March.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is in all cities or only select cities?
13 cities, that is what mentioned, sir. Is given by the statement was
Specifically
given
asking
by
whether it is coming to Tiruchi like that.
Tiruchi is that is in second phase, sir. It is first phase 13 cities, and I have not read all the 13 cities, starting from Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, and Tiruchi is not there in that list. Tiruchi
principal cities and major cities.
Next phase is by phase wise, because they can't implement. They don't have everything. Whatever infrastructure today, networks or whatever equipment is required. We are not manufacturing. We have to depend on Chinese for the importing. So we have to import it, and unless if they can't en masse, they can't lodge all these services. That's the reason the honorable minister for the central minister, that Ashwin Vaishnav, has recently gave a statement that starting with the 13 cities of the major cities, the services will be starting in the end of, I think, starting at end of the March 2023.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your presentation is very elaborate, sir. We understood the 5G application now only from your lecture.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It is very clear. Thank you very much, sir.
Brahmareddy sir, this is
Sir.
Rajamani.
Sir.
You mentioned
Brahmareddy sir, really it was a fantastic delivery. Really we enjoyed the brought all the comments of 5G today.
Selvaraj sir.
Knowledge.
Selvaraj sir, 1 minute. Our
Sir, Rajamani sir,
Rajamani sir was about to tell, please.
Sir.
Please sir, Rajamani.
Brahmareddy sir, you are telling about the health consciousness.
Yes, sir.
You know, will it be taken care by any of the improvements or suggestions to be made by this government, or we will have to foresee that effect?
Sir, what is not government? There is Chinese 6 research groups are working on this, and they are going to whatever radiation comes from the mobile or any instrument, it is the antenna which radiates, which throws the electromagnetic waves, which convert the electrical into electromagnetic, throw into the air. And they're having 6 research teams which are working on the material used for the antenna, and they have advised meta materials is going to be in the future of all antennas. Then meta materials is a composite of different materials, so using that, and they reduce the impact of the radiation impact on the ecosystem of the, even the whatever wave is called millimeter wave, it can affect even there was a near some pigeon has put egg near some of the 5G technology nearby, and the egg has been dismelted. So that means because of the heat created by the radiation, it happened. So they were expecting even the birds will have the impact on them. And the human, of course, it is not proved yet, but they say there is a risk of cancer if more radiation is, because is unlike other technology like 4G, the 5G technology is going to use more and more number of even towers, because more number of, in one tower there will be hundreds of antennas, because 1-to-1 only connection is done. Suppose you want to use your mobile, your connection is directly with the tower, not with any other. Single tower earlier is to have hundreds of customers and connections, but it will be 1-to-1 connection. So as the towers antennas increases, the more radiation. As I said, if the impact of on a body is if suppose 1.6 watts per kilogram of the flesh, our body, if it is there, it exceeds under 1 gram of the tissue, then it will have impact on the human body and human cell or birds or any animals. So even legally, now today they say the manufacturer is using it, it is I think above the legal limit of what it is fixed by the IEEE and International Trade Union and other organizations who have fixed a level of what is the level it should be maintained. And I think some companies are in manufacturing is more than that. But then a government has to work, that particular government of the country has to take care of this thing. That's what I was saying, vulnerabilities. This is also one of the vulnerabilities because of the 5G technology usage, sir.
As the children has a lesser flesh weight, so the effect on the children will be more from these inference. So it is better to avoid.
It is sir, not only the weight, size of the body also, sir. If your body is, we are 70 kg and 70 kg versus 1.6 watt per 1 kg. Similarly, a child body is much size wise and the weight wise is less, and it will not impact children like that. But there will be effect on eye and ear the children, because you have seen today children are always tagged to the mobiles. Right from the age of 1 year, everybody is addicted. So there will be definitely, sir, I think is nowhere it is nobody has come out with the concrete effect of any body of this radiation, but our human body at a time can withstand 310 decibels. I don't think it will happen 310 decibels only when you go to X band, Q band and Ka band, which is are having more gigahertz, that is it operates in 40 gigahertz. That's what I'm saying now. This thing is 3 to 300 gigahertz is our spectrum. Our spectrum now, they are only at lowest level they have taken. They have not taken, because unless the highest frequency, that will affect the higher the frequency generation, the higher the radiation. So we are India, the lowest, they are only using the lowest band now. I don't think in India it is there, but in other countries, European countries are very serious. There are some agencies which are working out, and they are making a lot of funding for the research and other things. And I think maybe something comes up in future about these things.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
In one of your slides, you indicated that 22% of telecom towers in India are fiberized. What do you mean by fiberization?
22. That means fiberized means the tower which they are putting suppose 100 antennas in one tower is known as base station. In one base station, there may be more towers, and in the more number, each tower is having 100 to 200 antennas, and they will be sealed, and the radiation impact directly doesn't come into the atmosphere. That is what fiberized. Anything else, sir?
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir. That 5G, when it will be penetrated to all the nook and corner of country, India, sir? 5G, full implementation.
By end of 2023.
23, okay.
Yes, it will take hardly this, sir, once it is launched, because once it is being launched in November 2022 itself, but fully operative in 13 cities from 2023 March. Once that is done, slowly they will spread to the second phase and more number of cities. I think 120 cities they have selected, in that Trichy also will come.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. What is the level of 6G in the world level, sir? 6G.
6G is already 6G is implemented and going on in Korea, and Korea is the first country to use both 5G and 6G, and Chinese are in lead doing a research, and they're spending a lot of money on research for 5G and beyond. What is the material to be used for the equipment of the infrastructure of the 5G network, so that the radiation level, as I was saying, metamaterial, the composite of cobalt, and there are so many. I'm not the expert of materials in this thing, but I'm not going deep into those things. But the composite material, like earlier we used to use, if you know, Yagi antenna and TV were using aluminum rods. Now no more aluminum. There is super materials are used, which reduces totally absorb those radiation. This thing, because even if you see today, aircraft also made of the earlier we used to have aluminum is the substance which was used, material used for the aircraft the body, but now no more even aluminum, because you want to escape, you want to observe radar, whatever magnetic waves comes and radio frequency, so that your radar doesn't detect it, so it absorbs the waves. So such type of material is there, they are working out.
No, you are quite right that one of the bottlenecks is the development of this either ceramic or polymer composites, different materials.
Yes.
And I just wanted to know, this institution of engineers who might be knowing the government policies, what is the type of infrastructure that is planned to be created in India for the development of these materials, say for antenna or other things? Is there any unified effort?
Sir, I'm not, to be very frank, I'm not aware. I think now you have given me a question, I will definitely ask from Mithani. And there is one, what is that, DMRL? DMRL is using this type of material. They do some research on everything. I got some 2 applications for best engineer award also. So I'm not, actually I'm involved in only 5G, how it impact the the ecosystem, environment, and then human life. In Central University, I am with a team of under one professor. I am also part of that team, and that is how I have developed a lot of interest for 5G technology. And what I learned there, I come and deliver you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And you have received a lot of appreciations in the chat box.
Thank you,
Almost
sir.
the chat box is full. So if I start reading it, it will be again consuming time. So let us cut short with this. And I thank the chairman, Telangana State Center, Engineer Brahma Reddy sir, for his wonderful lecture and covering the technical, social, and economical aspects of 5G and how it is going to influence the society in the international aspect. Thanks for your wonderful lecture, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's all your blessings.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So with the permission of our chairman, let us move on to the next agenda. Tiruchirappalli Local Center has introduced an award called Engineer PVK Achan Memorial IEI TLC Legend Award. This has been introduced recently from the year 2021 onwards in the memory of our founder chairman of Tiruchirappalli Local Center, Engineer PVK Achan. So we have evaluated the nominations. We have announced this, and we have got several nominations. And after evaluation of these nominations for 2021 and 22, we are going to confer this award this year. And I humbly request Engineer J. Shankaran sir, our past chairman of IEI TLC and former executive director of DHEL, to announce these Engineer PVK Achan Memorial Awards for the year 2021 and 2022. Over to Shankaran sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Okay. Good evening to all the participants for today's program.
Good evening.
At the outset, I would like to greet all the participants on the occasion of the Royal Charter Day today. Dear participants, Engineer Brahma Reddy, Chairman of IEI Telangana Center, Engineer Rajamani, past Vice President IEI, Office Bearers of IEI TLC, Chairman, Honorary Secretary, and committee members, and my dear fellow engineers. It's a great pleasure that I have been called upon to announce the PVK Achan Memorial IEI TLC Legend Award. A committee has been formed, a 5-member committee has been formed to go through the nominations received against this award, evaluate it, and then finalize the award winner. I, being the convener of that 5 members committee, I take pleasure in announcing the award today. This award has been brought in with the intention to recognize the services provided by an engineer who belongs to this IEI TLC and then who has contributed to the industry, to the academia research, and who has taken initiatives in organizing seminars or workshops connected to IEI, and who has taken initiative in opening up students chapters or in getting membership, in taking initiative for membership drive for the IEI, and infrastructure development as well as improvement to the assets of IEI TLC, and who has taken up the responsibility of member of that is an office bearer of IEI TLC or office bearer of state center, national council or division board, like that. So various aspects have been taken into consideration in evaluating the nomination for this particular award. So with this introduction of, as well as the background for this award, I take pleasure in announcing the award for the year 2021. The award has been called up for the year 2021 as well as for the present year 2022. For the year 2021, last year, Engineer R. Selvaraj has been concluded as the award winner by this committee. He was the past chairman of IEI TLC as well as former senior DGM of BHEL Trichy. Congratulations to Engineer R. Selvaraj.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Congratulations, Selvaraj.
Congratulations, Selvaraj. Best
Thank
wishes.
you, sir. Thank you.
Now for the present year 2022, the committee has decided to give the award to Dr. S. Karupasamy, who is also the past chairman of IEI TLC and former AGM of BHEL Trichy. Congratulations to Dr. S. Karupasamy.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for considering me.
Sir, congratulations, sir. Hearty congratulations.
Thank you all, sir.
Congratulations, Karupasamy.
Thank you very much,
Congratulations
sir.
to both Dr. S. Karupasamy garu and
Thank you, sir.
Selvaraj Saab. And
Thank you, sir.
Karupasamy was my good friend in the council when I was SDG and my well-wisher. And Selvaraj
Thank you,
Saab,
Brahma Reddy,
congratulations,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I thank the IEI TLC for giving me an opportunity to be part of this evaluation committee and then requesting me to announce the award. And I would like to thank Engineer Brahma Reddy also for his excellent presentation today in connection with the Royal Chapter Day. It was very elaborate, it was very useful, and it was very much informative. Thank you, Engineer Brahma Reddy garu. So with this, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Kevin R. Kumar, Honorary Secretary. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. We thank our past chairman, IEI TLC, and our former executive director of BHEL for announcing this Engineer PVK Achan, IEI TLC Legend Awards for the years 2021 and 2022. Now, I request our chairman to felicitate the awardees for the year 2021 and 2022. Over to our chairman, IEI TLC.
Good evening, Dr. Engineer Brahma Reddy garu and my dear IEI TLC members and the organizers for this award as well as committee members. Very good evening to all of you. It is indeed a pleasure to be part of you on this Royal Chapter Day and receive a very, very good informative program and lecture from Engineer Brahma Reddy sir. It was very, very effective. In fact, which is the need of the hour. We see a lot of data in the news and also in the magazines about 5G. But being engineers, we may know a little bit, but not so much detail about 5G and where we are. And of course, we are all familiar with the 2G and 3G scams, but not about the technicalities of this 5G. Really, once again, my personal thanks to Mr. Engineer Brahma Reddy garu for highlighting all the aspects, right from commercial, technical, as well as safety and human interface aspects on this 5G. Really, it was very, very informative. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. And coming to this Engineer PVK Achan Memorial IEI TLC Legend Award, I am very happy to announce this. Trichy chapter has taken an initiative in constituting this award right from 2021. of course, because of COVID at that time, we could not move ahead faster and declare this aspect much earlier. So this year, a committee has been formed with the senior participation of senior members, past chairmen, and their good guidance. We have already frameworked the eligibility conditions for this award, and the nominations were taken from good aspirants. So in that, I am very happy to announce, it has been announced that Mr. Selvaraj, Engineer Selvaraj, has been adjudged as the awardee for PVK Legendary Award, Memorial Legendary Award for 2021. It is indeed a very great pleasure to declare Mr. Selvaraj as the awardee for this 2021. So our entire IEI community wishes him all the best and seek his further service in this aspect so that our IEI function can move further faster and grow to greater heights.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We will continue, sir.
Similarly, for 2022, Dr. S. Karpasamy, former Additional General Manager, BHL, Trichy, has been adjudged as the awardee for PVK HL Memorial Legend Award for 2022. Hearty congratulations to you, sir. It is indeed really a token of your real support and service and recognition for this IEI fraternity. Really, we are very happy that your nomination has been recognized and you have been awarded on this, sir. All our best wishes to you.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, I would like to add only 2-3 minutes for each awardees. First, Mr. Selvaraj. Mr. Selvaraj had an experience of around 34 years of service in BHEL, and he was a senior DGM in BHEL. Instantly, he was working as a colleague with me in so many functions also, and he has contributed a lot. To name a few, right from aluminum bridge for defense application, that is Bailey Bridge applications, he was instrumental and he has put his best efforts and made a dent on this product so that it is well received by customers. Similarly, on supercritical technology absorption, his role for this thermal boilers, his role was very immense, and he has involved himself in the manufacture of the products complying to this supercritical thermal products, especially tubular and pipe products, and he has met many of the customer requirements and got very good accolades for BHL as well as for himself and for the entire team. So my best wishes to you, Mr. Selvaraj.
Thank you, sir.
Your experience has really helped us to be here along with us as IEI fraternity, and I am very happy to note your coordination for conducting seminars, webinars, and so many programs to enlighten our community is really commendable, and immensely it is welcomed by all our committee members. I wish you for taking this award from IEI for 2021. Our best wishes to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Coming to Dr. Karpasamy, he has got almost 36 years of service and retired as Additional General Manager from the prestigious BHEL, Trichy. Especially, he spent most of his time in a special plant called Seamless Steel Tube Plant. I had a long association right from my engineer days with Dr. Karpasamy, and especially I know him as a head of quality in SSTP. Our interactions and the support we could get from Dr. Karpasamy was very immense, and he's a knowledge bank. It is not out of place to mention that his technical skills and his knowledge has helped, especially SSTP, to venture into so many areas and create very good customer base, including some of very, very critical, prestigious customers like ONGC. And I must say, he was a technical wizard on this NDE techniques as well as special quality aspects. And that's why he has become a quality man himself. So I wish him all the best in getting this award. And I am also thankful to you, sir. Post-retirement, your very great involvement on IEA activities especially meeting our young student fraternity and bringing them in fold to our IEI fraternity and make this IEI as a very lively one, and interactions and giving guidance on all aspects of IEI based on your experience. Sir, I wish you all the very best for getting this award, and also wish for your continued support for making this IEI as a best local chapter.
Sir,
Thank you.
you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for
Thank
your
you, sir.
good word and considering me for this award. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You all deserve it, sir.
Yes.
So this award now will definitely create a very good ambience and interest among our engineer community to in future years also, so that we can get more nominations, and also see, this will spread like a wildfire and people will be very happy and getting the recognitions. So my best wishes to all, and I also hope in future also we'll get more nominations and we will select the apt and best person and the award will be given to them. Best wishes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your felicitations. Now I request the awardees to offer their acceptance speech. First, I would like to call upon Engineer R. Silverez, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Kevin. Our respected chief guest of today, Engineer Brahma Reddy, sir. Engineer Rajamani, our IEI past vice president, past chairman, past honorary secretaries, respected dignitaries from India and abroad, our IEI committee members, IEI members, other professional institution members from participation institutions, and a very happy good evening to everyone. First of all, I am very much thankful and highly indebted to our IEI Tiruchirappalli Local Center for honoring me with the first award for the year 2021 of Engineer PVK HN Memorial IEI TLC Legend Award to me. I very much thank the Selection Award Committee for selecting me for the same. First of all, I dedicate this prestigious PVK HN Memorial IEI Award to my Mada, Pida, Guru, and Devam, that is to my parents, my father and mother, my teachers from elementary schools, middle school, high school, engineering colleges who made me to this level, my gurus at BHL, my colleagues, engineers, supervisors, and fellow employees whom I have been associated for more than 4 decades, to the great Almighty who gave me a lot of blessings in my life. The parents, teachers, gurus, and the Almighty have inculcated, educated, and imbibed with me bounty of knowledge, ethics, good habits, discipline, honesty, hard work, persistence in the process of acquiring boiler knowledge of fabrication, welding over the years. To my second mother, BHL, who has shaped me to this level, what I am today. This is going to be a memorable day in my life for receiving this prestigious award. I did my BE production in NIT Trichy with a second rank with 80% marks. I did ME with 80%, first rank with 80% mark. Presently, I am doing my doctorate at PhD in final year, which I will be completing by December in welding of supercritical boilers, tube welding of supercritical boilers. I got award from at NIT Trichy for getting the first rank at NIT from the then Vice Chancellor of Madras University, Dr. Sadiq. I remember those days, 1991, 92. I got my about 15 Republic Awards from various executive directors of BHL Trichy for my contribution towards safety, quality, maximum implemented suggestions, best unit, quality circle coordinator, etc. I joined in the year 1988 as a corporate member of IEI TLC. And I became committee member for many periods. I was elevated as honorary secretary in the year 2014 to 2016 under the chairmanship of Mr. Engineer C. Vela. During that period, we conducted 21st National Convention of Environment Division with the association of our BHL and NIT. I was elevated as chairman IEI TLC for the period 2016-18, when Mr. Engineer S. Lakshmanan was served as a secretary with me. During that period, we conducted 33rd Annual Convention of Electrical Engineering with the association of our BHL and NIT Trichy. During 2019, under the chairmanship of Dr. S. Kumareshan and Engineer Anand, the secretary, we conducted 34th Convention of Production Engineering. The three conventions actually gave a lot of experience for me, which helped me to meet all over India, that all division board chairman, everyone. Okay. I also served as volunteer in various workshops, committees conducted by Trichy as well as IEI Indian Engineering Congress I am attending all the engineering conferences right from 2016 onwards. I also participated in almost all our IE industrial tour by assisting the tour committee. I attended our IEI Indian Engineering Congress as delegate many times. I have written about 5 papers for our IEI Production Engineering Journal. I have delivered my engineering motivational talk to various engineering colleges, students, and faculties throughout India in physical and virtual mode. I also served as honorary secretary and chairman of Computer Center of India Trichy chapter. I also served as chairman of IAW Trichy branch, and I conducted successfully the national welding meet of 2021 under the help of our chairman Rajshekharan. I attended many workshops, conferences, conventions of various professional bodies, also presented papers. I applied about 5 patents which are in the Indian Patent Office. I am the life member of the following professional bodies: CSI, IAW, IW, IAM, IEEE, IIPE, Indian Production Engineers, IIoT Arbitration Association, ISTE, ISNT, Solar Association of Society of India, Tishnabali Productive Council, Quality Circle Forum of India, ASM, American Society of Metals, IEEE, American Society. All this note I shall continue to contribute my journey for serving our IEA and other professional institutions till my life to propagate the latest and emerging technologies to our members, students, professors, faculty members, industry experts, and to our society and our public at large. I once again thanking the IEA TLC for selecting and honoring the memory of our first chairman of our IEA TLC and the prestigious first awardee of PVKHN Memorial IEA TLC Legend Award, assuring all of you to continue my professional services in the days, weeks, months, and years to come for our IEA and other professional institutions. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity given me to share my thoughts. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Over to Dr. Kevin.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our awardee of 2022, Dr. S. Karupasamy, sir, to accept for delivering a speech.
Good evening to all. Respected President of the today's event, Royal Charter Day celebration, Dr. Rajamani, former Vice President of IEI, and my good friend, today's speaker, Engineer Brahma Reddy, former STG IEI, and the Chairman of the Telangana State Center. Respected Chairman of IEA TLC, Engineer Balasubramaniam, and GMIC in charge BHEL, Dr. Kevin R. Kumar, Secretary IEA TLC, and member of the selection committee of BVK Achan Award, Engineer Sangaran sir, Engineer Uma Sangar, Engineer Harsa sir, respected past chairman and secretary of IEA TLC, office bearers and members of the sister professional institution, and my dear participants of this today's program. I am very happy to note that I have been selected for the prestigious PVK Achan Memorial IEI TLC Legend Award 2022. In my view, it is an honor for me for appreciating and recognizing my contribution towards the growth of IEA TLC and IEA in general, for the growth of the professional bodies and its members, and also the industrial growth and development of BHEL. Paliat Vikraman Puttan Achan, in short, Engineer PVK Achan was born in 1918, and he was the senior member of the large and famous Paliam family in Chandamangalam, Kerala. Mr. Achan completed his school studies at Paliam village and college, that is intermediate before in Pakistan. He applied a seat in Gindi Engineering College, wherein 2 seats were reserved for the Cochin State, and with the recommendation and support of the then Secretary of Education BVK Achan, he got the admission in 1938. He stayed in a hostel and used Malabar mess, and from the monthly allowance of rupees 50, he is able to save rupees 15 and gave loans to the classmates and helped them. He is the first engineer from his family and lived with great difficulty out of the family fold and come out successfully. Initially, he worked in alma mater for 6 months for a monthly salary of rupees 55. Then he joined in Hindustan Construction Company with Bombay headquarters, employing over 2 lakhs people, engaged in civil work in India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. He worked in the Kolkata unit. In 1943, he joined in South Indian Railway Company as assistant engineer at Trichy, which he later named as Southern Railway. Then he joined in BHEL as first employee of the Trichy unit. He was given the assignment of constructing a unit in line with the Opal unit, which was constructed 6 years before. Zakir Hussain and the Bell chairman gave the work of BBK Achan was much beyond the expectation. He renovated the valley and museum project and rupees 6 crores. They have signed a MOU to protect the family interest. He also appointed as member of advisory committee of public sector of the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and also member of advisory and as president of Indian Institution of Quality Assurance. PVK Achan was such an eminent person and contributed a lot before and after independence for the development of growth of BHEL and in turn for India's growth and development, and lived more than 100 years. I have been 100 years. During my tenure in BHEL, I have contributed a lot for Bell's growth and new product and technology development as well. Now, the premier engineering professional institution of India, that is the Institution of Engineers India, has recognized my untiring services of more than 3 decades contributions for the industrial growth and the professional institutions and its members. Based upon my contribution, outstanding contribution and achievements, I have been selected for the award in the name of the industrial giant and the first chairman of IEI TLC engineer PVK Achan. The PVK Achan Memorial Award, I take this opportunity and convey my thanks to the selection committee members, including the chairman and secretary of IEI TLC. On this occasion, I assure you further that I will continue to contribute seamlessly for the growth of IEI and for the benefit of engineering fraternity. I also remembered and expressed my gratitude to Engineer Rajasekharan, who proposed and instituted this PVK Achan Memorial IEI TLC award immediately after assuming as TLC. Wish you all very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Mr. Kevin R. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So with this, we will move on to the next agenda. Tiruchirappalli Local Center cordially invites all of you and the members for the celebrations of 55th Engineers Day 2022. And we have arranged a lecture program on the theme Smart Engineering for a Better World. And the speaker is Engineer Pudiyavan, who is a Deputy Project Director at ISRO Mahendragiri. And he will be delivering the lecture on the theme Smart Engineering for a Better World. I request all the members and all the audience of today to participate in that program and also invite your friends and colleagues for this program. So thank you, sirs. And we will move on to the next agenda, vote of thanks. I call upon Dr. S. Titus, committee member of IEI TLC, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. A warm, very good evening to one and all gathered here. Respected chairman and respected secretary and respected committee members, senior members, and all the participants. A warm, very good evening. First of all, I would like to thank Engineer Rajamani sir, who is a former Vice President of IEI, for giving the presidential address and presiding over this today's event and today's function. So on behalf of IEI Tiruchirappalli Local Center, I thank Engineer Rajamani sir for his valuable talk on this today's event, that is a Royal Charter Day celebration. Thank you, sir. And also, I would like to thank Engineer Silvaraj sir, who is a former chairman of IEI TLC, for giving the beautiful introduction about the today's guest speaker, Dr. Brahma Reddy sir. So once again, I would like to thank on behalf of the IEI TLC chapter to Engineer Silvaraj sir for his valuable introduction. Thank you, sir. And also, I would like to thank the today's chief guest of this event, Dr. Brahma Reddy sir, who is a chairman of IEI Telangana State, for presenting and giving a valuable and very impressive presentation on this, the emerging topic on the impact of 5G on human life in 21st century. This is a very important topic and emerging topic which is going nowadays. So sir has given elaborately in detailed manner about what is the today's scenario on this 5G technology. Sir has, Brahma Reddy sir has given a brief introduction about the impact, the potential health risk from 5G due to electromagnetic radiation, and also he has given the detailed talk on the key, that is the 5G market players, social and democratic unity, and the countries which is influencing the global digital landscape. And also he has beautifully presented about the 5G, the current telecom infrastructure and the status of the 5G in India. And also the India, sir has presented, that will get a full 5G connection in March 2023. It is a very useful information for all the members who attended today. And also he has described about the 5G smartphone sales status and about also the leading 5G smartphone brands. So sir has given elaborately about this 5G technologies and the present scenario and the future scenario. So on behalf of IEI TLC Local Center, I would like to thank today's chief guest of this function, Dr. Brahma Reddy sir, for his valuable presentation. Thank you so much, sir. And also finally, and also again, I would like to thank our chairman, Engineer Balasubramaniam sir, who is a chairman of IEI TLC, that is a Tiruchirappalli Local Center, for giving a beautiful felicitation about the awardees of the Engineer PVK Achan Memorial Award, which is a IEI TLC Legend Award. Sir has given a brief description about the awardees, Engineer Selvaraj sir as well as engineer Karpusamy sir for getting this engineer PVK Achan Memorial Award. So in this aspect, I would like to thank our chairman, engineer Balasubramaniam sir, for giving us a beautiful felicitation and also spare his valuable time with us in this event. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And also, I would like to thank Engineer Sankaran sir, who is a former executive director, for taking a lot of effort for framing and for selecting the awardees. Beautifully, he has framed and he beautifully he has selected the legend, two great person, who is Engineer Selvaraj sir and also Karpusamy sir, for who is getting this Engineer PVK Action Memorial Award. So I'm very thankful to Engineer Sankaran sir for his effort which is provided towards this selection of the PVK Achan Memorial Award. So once again, on behalf of the IEI Trichy Local Center, I would like to thank our Sankaran sir for spending your valuable time. Thank you, sir. And also, finally, I would like to thank our Honorable Secretary, Dr. Kevin R. Kumar sir, and also the senior members of this IEI TLC Center, who constantly working towards the development of this IEI TLC and also the future engineer fraternity community, that the IEI TLC is doing a great job in all the aspects. So on behalf of the IEI TLC, once again, I would like to thank all the senior members and all the dignitaries who are all present and taking put effort in this section. And finally, I would like to thank all the participants who are supported and who are attended this function for the valuable presentation on 5G technology. So once again, I would like to thank all of you. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you and also to congratulate the awardees of Engineer PVK Achan Memorial Award of EATLC Legend Award. I congratulate Dr. Selvaraj sir and also Dr. Karpusamy sir for this receiving this award. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Brahma Reddy, sir. It's an excellent program today by you. We enjoyed it so much. I thank our present. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for being with us today. I thank Sankaran sir, the present chairman Balu sir, Kevin sir, and the committee for selecting myself and Karupasamy for this prestigious award. We are very much thankful. We will continue our service. So, with the permission of all, we go to our Kevin, Dr. Kevin. Yeah. Rajamani sir, thank you for being with us. I thank all the participants who are still.
Congratulations, Selvaraj and Karpusamy sir, on this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Rajamani sir, Mr. Brahma Reddy sir, thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
sharing your valuable time with us.
Sir, congratulations.
Kanakasabhai sir, thank you for being with us today. The Mumbai IAW chairman is there with us here.
And thank you for giving clue. We will start in our foundation day like memorial.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
With the permission, we will close.